There's a new free update from ChatGPT and OpenAI, which is the Codex app. It literally just came out today. And today I'm going to show you how to use it to automate anything. Now, this is actually available on the free plan. You can see here, for example, they've said for a limited time only, we're including Codex with ChatGPT free and go. So you can get free access to this directly from the ChatGPT website. And this is a really powerful way to use multiple agents to create and automate almost anything that you want. So, for example, apps, websites. I already built a website this morning using ChatGPT Codex. You can see an example here. It says, let's build the AI profit boardroom. And we actually installed multiple agent skills to improve the front end of the website too. So, if you want to get a free coder that can basically build anything, then make sure you keep also be giving you a free guide on exactly how to do it. And if you have any questions, if you're watching live, feel free to ask. So here's an example of how you can use it. For example, I said create a beautiful, modern, sleek landing page for my AI profit boredom community. Make it fun, interesting, dopamine inducing. Link the page to this CTA and then write it as a direct response sales page. And you can see an example of it right here. Now we use ChatGPT 5.2 Codex Medium to build this. But you can see you can switch between multiple different APIs. You could use 5.2 Codex High. You could use medium, high, extra high, right? Depending on how powerful you want the actual process to be. Now, if you want to open it up, for example, like this, you can actually plug this in. So you can say, okay, open this up. And you can use the agent to preview the page itself as well. So if we click on submit, boom shakalaka, we've got the landing page that we just created in a few minutes using this process. Now, the craziest thing about all of this is free to use. You do not have to pay to try this out, right? Now, we created this, we automated it, and what it actually did is it wrote the copy, it created the page, it designed it all, put it all nicely together, coded it locally using an AI agent. And then also we installed some free skills into this project. As you can see right here, the agent skills, and now we can basically do anything with it. So for example, we've got architecture, we've got brainstorming, we've got clean code, etc. We could do game development with this as well. And we can code at the same time with multiple agents on the same project, if that makes sense. You can have multiple agents working as a team together to create whatever you want. Really powerful stuff. So for example, here, the way that you can get started with this is we can create a new thread like so. And from here, you can begin to choose how you want to use this. And also you can see here, we can select the project that we want to work on, right? Now, if you want to create a new project, you can click on the plus sign over here. And we can say, okay, let's create a little app, right? Let's call it a mini app for the AR profit boarding, right? Now I'm going to click on create over here. We're going to click on open. This will create a folder locally that we can start coding with. Now, once we've done that, what you want to do is click on the chat button over here. With this chat button, what you can do is you can open up a new chat here, and then you can decide what you want to do. Now, it does have some templates right here. So for example, you could build like a snake game or something like that. Honestly, wouldn't recommend using this to create a snake game. That's pretty boring. So what I'd recommend instead is that you can use either Claude or ChatGPT to come up with new ideas to automate whatever you want, right? So I can go into Claude, who knows me very well, and I can say, right, give me some ideas on games, apps, tools, etc. I could build for members of my AI Profit Boardroom community that would be extremely easy plus simple to build, because we're not trying to build like Windows here, right? But very useful. And a lot of people say, well, what's the actual use case of this? How can you actually use it for your business, etc.? Well, for example, for us, we could build like a prompt library of a one-click copy. We could build an AI cost calculator. We could build a title thumbnail tester for my YouTube, right? We could create a ROI tracker for AI tools, even a daily challenge generator, something like this, right? So you can see how powerful this is. Now, if we want to create any of these, so let's say, for example, we want to create a game or a tool, we can take something like this. I'm going to say, okay, what about a game? And here we've got an example of a game that we could build, right? So we're going to grab that like so. And I'm going to say, right, okay, now give me the prompt for the game. Make it like a mini racer game, something like that. From here, we can now get the prompt that we can copy and paste directly into ChatGPT. So you can see here, for example, we are grabbing these prompts and then we are going to use them directly inside ChatGPT. So let's copy this, and you can see it's plugged in the game concept, the core mechanics, the visual elements, etc. The reason that I recommend getting the prompt from ChatGPT or from Claude itself is because these tools know you as well as anything else, right? If you use them day to day, they understand you, your business, what you typically work on, and they'll give you some real use cases that you can quickly implement into your business. So if we click on the new chat here, then we're going to plug this in. I'm actually going to go with just medium to make this quick and easy. We've also got more models here. So we could even go with ChatGPT Codex Low, for example, just to make it quick and easy if I'm on a live stream and I want to build something out fast. And you can see this is now beginning to build out. Now, in the meantime, we can go back to our other project and we could say, okay, use my brand colors on this project, plus make the page simpler, plus more beautiful, right? And I could actually take an example of a project I really like. So for example, we can take this page here from my existing website that was actually coded out with OpenClaw. We can grab an example like this, copy that image, go back to Codex, paste in the image right there. So it's pasted in the image. And from here, we can say, okay, make a better, more interesting, more dopamine-inducing version of this with animations, etc. Right? Update the existing UI, then open it up in my browser once it's done. So what it's going to do now is redesign the existing project that we have, use the brand colors I've given it, update the UI, and then from there, what it will also do is open this up inside my browser once we're done, right? So you can see how easy it is to use this stuff. Now, at the same time, you can see here we've got one agent working and we've got another agent working, two separate projects in the same window. And one of the things that I found particularly about this is that it is very intuitive, right? So if you use, for example, like IDEs, for example, if we open up like anti-gravity, I'll pull up anti-gravity here. Anti-gravity feels a bit more complex. It feels like, you're actually coding and it seems a bit harder to use. Whereas if you go back to Codex, which is free as well, then you can create quicker stuff. It's easier to build and it's faster and easier to understand, right? And you can get your head around it way quicker. Now, at the same time, what you're going to see whilst we're waiting for those two agents to load over here is that we can actually run these automations. So we can automate work by setting up scheduled tasks. Now, if we click on explore more, you can see all the cool stuff that we can set up. And if you don't like some of those, or you're like, actually, I want to do something else, right? We can click on new automation here. We can choose a project folder. We can put name here. And then what you could actually say is every day, publish a new SEO blog post on my website about the latest AI news in this industry, right? Research the industry news today first in AI automation. And from there, start publishing it every day, right? And if we click on create here, our new automation is set to start in 14 hours. And basically, we can just have an AI SEO agent that publishes content every single day, right? So for me, for example, I run an SEO agency at juliangoldie.com, and I could easily automate this AI SEO agents to create content every day and start publishing it directly, right? Matt says, good evening from Bangkok. Good to see you here, Matt. And you can see these are beginning to start going out now, right? Now, also you can see here that our project is now built, and we've got this right here. So I'm going to say open up. This is the Speed Racer game. And we can ask Codex to start building this out and opening up, right? So you can see an example of the game right here. We can click on start the race, post the AI generated response. And then you can see an example of how the racer works right there, right? We've got the leaderboard, we've got the race time, we've got the racers, and we've got the AI generated response, right? So it says draft 6 email subject lines for an AI sales outreach campaign. Okay. So you can see how quick and easy it is to build out games, apps, tools, etc. We could open up another project inside ChatGPT, and we can say, okay, inside Claude, give me an idea for a mini app. for my AI profit board and members. And then we can go from there. So for example, this AI automation calculator. So we can grab this like so. I'm going to say, give me the prompt. Now we can automate the prompt and again, plug that back in. If there's something that you don't like inside the prompt, you can always edit it before you publish it. If there's something broken in the project, which I've not seen yet, then you could easily edit that later as well, right? So we can copy that now. Then we can go back to ChatGPT Codex, create another new project. We'll call this one mini app. Open that up, plug this in, hit enter, and we're good to go on that, right? And now we've got a waiting approval for this. So I'm going to say yes. Let's open up and boom shakalaka. We have the new updated website with the new design based on our brand colors and the design that we previously liked, right? And it actually looks a lot nicer than it did previously, right? We could actually commit that and we could publish that. And that was pretty simple and easy to do. Now, if we go back inside Codex, so let's say, for example, you've created an app or a game or a project or a website, and you actually want to publish that, you can say, okay, can I connect you to Netlify with my personal access token? And it says, yeah, totally doable, right? Let's connect right now. So let me set that up. Just going to grab my personal access token from Netlify in the background. Then I'm going to copy that personal access token and plug it directly into Codex. and then you're good to go on publishing that. Obviously, I'm not going to show my personal token on the live stream, but that's basically how you can do it. What else we got here? Esma says, I stumbled across your channel about 2 days ago. I really like your lives. Thanks, man. Always happy to help. Amin says, hey, Julian from Pakistan. I want to learn AI. Great. So if you want to learn AI for free, we actually have a free training on OpenAI Codex. This is a bonus training for free inside the AI Success Lab. Link in the comments and description. It's completely free. Connects you with 51,000 AI builders. And if you go inside the classroom here and then you go to February 2026, we have just updated this today with all the resources, a Codex automation blueprint, a step-by-step 30-day plan with prompts on how to build all this stuff and exactly how to use it. Normal Human Being says OpenClaw is like Jarvis in Iron Man version model 01. If you build it right, absolutely, right? You can use it as much as you want. And Miss says, how would you use AI if you wanted to level up all your stats as fast and as easy as possible? So I would just like I'm doing, experiment with it every day and then document your whole process as you go along, right? So when you're using it for real stuff inside your business and you're learning how to automate this stuff. So for example, like this literally just came out today and we've already started building stuff with it. That's how you learn. That's how you level up your stats. So that's how you level up your skills. And then if you really want to take this to a whole new level, check out the AI Profit Boardroom. This is my AI automation community with 2,200 members. This is by far the fastest way I've seen to learn AI. And it's not just me winning with this. So for example, you see here, Henry Sanham crushing it. He just created his first custom GPT and he's a complete beginner with AI, right? Just got started. You can see, for example, Paul, he just built very first time using NA10, built a NA10 automated blog creator. And look at that, right? That's what he's built with his AI agent using the training inside the AI Profit Boardroom. You can see also, for example, Justin had never built a AI avatar before. And then he was like, hey, Jen is amazing, right? Made my digital twin. I just added a script in and done. And if you haven't gone through the training with Julian Goldie's tutorials on this, I highly recommend it, right? So if you want to learn how to quickly level up with AI, check this out. Jason JQ says, good morning. I've recently started following you and really enjoy all your tips and tricks. Always happy to help. And Simon says, wow, didn't take long. Memubot. Yeah, Memubot is pretty crazy. We'll come on to that later. So that's basically how you can use this. And then what you can also do here is, for example, you can actually take skills. And with skills, you can begin to build these out as well, right? Just in the background here, you can see that we've got the... You can actually add skills in and you can make this even more powerful. So if you have a look at these skills, these are ones that we've loaded in from a GitHub. And then you can see there are recommended skills underneath. Now, these are like the official skills inside Codex, but you can build your own using imports from GitHub. Now, on top of that, not only that, right? So you can augment this and make it 10 times more powerful with the skills you can see right here. And then you've got the skills underneath, the recommended ones. Now, if you want to create your own custom skills, so let's say, for example, our SEO agency, we are always creating content for our clients with AI, right? Our clients love our AI content. So what we can actually do is we could plug into here a skill for creating AI content. And then as a workflow, we can use that on any single project and it's installed globally, right? You can either install skills globally or locally into your project. Local will be into your project. Global will be across all your projects. And that's basically how you can do this, right? So you can see here, for example, the folder that the skill is installed in, and then you can call them inside the chat, right? So for example, if we say, okay, inside here, if we go, okay, at UI, and you can see here, for example, we can just press / and then we can search for stuff. So for example, code review, feedback, MCP, plan mode, status, skill creator, skill installer, right? All this crazy stuff that we can install quickly here. So it's pretty amazing what you can do. And you can see now we've also created the SEO calculator. So that's 3 different projects with AI agents we've created at the same time. If we go inside this chat and we say, okay, open it up now. It's read the index HTML. I wouldn't normally recommend using Codex Low, but I'm just doing it for fun, right? I'm just doing it because I'm on a live stream. I need this to move quickly for me. Normally, I'd recommend using at least minimum Codex Medium, right, to get better and bigger results. And you see this is coding out the calculator right here for us. And then boom, we've got the calculator ready to go. All right, so that's multiple different projects. We created the racing game here. We created the actual website. We created a calculator, as you can see. And this was all built with Codex directly. So you don't need to be able to code. And that's some of the stuff that I would say right now. So for example, if we go back to the AI Success Lab, as you can see, you know, we've given you this full Codex automation blueprint. We've broken it down into 4 different stages if you want to master this, and we've given you a 30-day mastery plan, right? But I'd also say here that you don't need to be able to code, and we've addressed like some of the mindset problems that some people have when it comes to this, right? So, for example, some people think they need to learn how to code. You actually don't. You just type in plain English what you need. Some people say, well, AI code isn't production ready. Well, actually, we've already deployed this page for the AI profit boarding, right? Directly that was coded with AI, right? So AI code is production ready. If you tinker with it enough, if you test it enough and you're happy with it, that's really the test, right? The other thing that people say, well, building this stuff is expensive. It costs money. But actually, no, because you're using the free version of Codex. And Codex is available for free for a limited time only if you check it out. So feel free to get the free training inside the AI Success Lab, completely free, link in the comments description, and you can see the full process and notes from today right here. Additionally, if you haven't already, check out the AI Profit Boardroom. This is an amazing community where you can learn AI automation step by step. If you're a complete beginner, you can go from beginner to expert using this course. So you can see here, for example, you can learn from beginner to expert in 5 weeks. Plus, you can learn how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. Top of that, we do weekly coaching calls so you can get help and support whenever you want live on coaching calls. You can post inside the community if you have questions or you want to share your wins, etc. And then also you can see here inside the win section, loads of people winning with this stuff. It's not just me, like so many members are getting amazing results with this. In fact, we have over 118 pages of testimonials from people winning and getting results with AI automation from the stuff that we teach. So feel free to get that link in the comments description or go to the AIprofitboardroom.com. So today I'm going to show you how to automate almost anything using Memubot. Now Memubot is like an easier version of OpenClaw that you can easily use and install, and it's basically like a personal assistant that works for you 24/7. The differences that I've seen when it comes to Memubot is, number one, it's completely free to use. Number two, it's very easy to set up with Telegram directly. And number three, if you're on Windows or something like that, this is way easier to use. Also, the other thing that I've seen with OpenClaw is there's been a lot of issues around security and stuff like that, right? Now, we do have a full tutorial on how to set up Molt Worker, which is a more secure version of OpenClaw inside the AI Profit Boarding community, inside the classroom here. But what I would say here is that Memubot is actually just as good, as powerful, but less technical to set up. And also, way easier to set up, right? And way more responsive. So you can see, for example, here with my Clawbot chat, I ask it like, is it online? And it just breaks all the time. If I say the same thing to Memubot, it works pretty much first time and it's way faster. So, that's what I recommend. And you can see M says, I'm driving, so please be descriptive because I can't see the screen well. I mean, you can always watch a replay, like stay safe out there. That's what I'd recommend first. If you need to give your full attention to this, you can always watch it back later on the replay. So you can see an example here. We actually plugged in our AI Studio API key into Memubot, and it can automate images. I mean, you could generate YouTube thumbnails or images for social media directly inside the chat. You can operate it from Telegram. And the other thing that I noticed is that because this is hosted locally inside my Mac Studio, if I'm out and about, right, and if, for example, I am doing something else, and I'm on my mobile, I can operate this through Telegram whilst Memubot is just sat on my laptop, right? And it doesn't seem to broke. It hasn't broken at all yet, whereas OpenClaw was literally constantly breaking on me. So this is one of the best benefits I've seen of this. I also want to see if it can start installing skills for me. So what I'm going to do here is try and get it to create videos for me. And the way that I'm going to do that is using something called Remotion, right? So I've already shown you how you can operate this from Telegram. I've already shown you how it can generate images. And all you need to do is plug in your API key from Google AI Studio and then give it the Nano Banana documentation to automate images. Let's see how it can create and automate directly using Remotion, right? So Remotion is basically a really powerful video editor style skill, right? And you can make videos directly with this. So we're going to go directly into Memubot. I'm going to say install this skill. We'll start setting up Remotion directly inside Memubot so we can start creating videos for us as well. If you have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. If you want to learn exactly how to set up Memubot, obviously I've already set it up, so I can't show you from scratch, but I do have a full guide and video tutorial inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So link in the comments description, or just go to aiprofitboardroom.com, then go to the classroom, SAP updates, and you can see the full step-by-step tutorial on how to set up Memubot, how it's so powerful and what you can use it for, plus a full video tutorial. So let's go back to Memubot now. And if we go back to the chat inside here, we can begin to set this up. You can also see inside the settings here, you can add new skills here. So you can upload, for example, a GitHub token and then search through the skills. And you can also open up a skills folder, as you can see. Q says, I have a question for you. Are you reading your YouTube chat? I am indeed, so feel free to ask. I've answered every single question inside the chat so far, so feel free to ask any questions you have. Well, I think I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. I think Memubot is totally broken on me. I might have to reinstall that later, but I'm not going to do it on a live stream. What we got here on the questions? Demo effect, certainly. I was wondering the same thing. I don't know if he's reading the chat. Are you using a compact treadmill? I am. Awesome. I have a couple of questions. I just need to get my notes slow, but thank you. Happy to help. Is it easy to get used to walking and working in a focused way at the same time? Absolutely. But it does take about, I would say, 2 to 3 days, and then you're good to go. You can always go slower as well. So you can start off slow, and then, as your mind gets more focused, the hardest bit is reading comments, fixing bugs inside these AI models, and then doing the treadmill at the same time. Like that's pretty tough, but it's going to only build your skill set. So that's what we like. How do you do so many live streams? You are a beast. Thank you very much, sir. So I mean, there's always new updates. There's always something going on. So that's what I find exciting. That's what I have a lot of passion about. That's why I do so many of them. Hey, I really like your Perplexity for keyword research and Claude for writing videos. You're awesome, man. Salute. Thank you so much. Coding to fun says hello. And we've got the laughing emoji at dopamine inducing. Yeah. All right. So today we're going to be today we are going to be looking at this new Claude AI update called SkillBoss, right? And essentially what you can do with this is once you've set up SkillBoss, which is a plugin, it is a paid plugin, just letting you know up front. You can generate videos, images, audio, podcasts, you can build apps, etc. I'm going to be testing out today and seeing how it performs. And essentially, once you've signed up to SkillBoss, yeah, so it's the Veo, 11 Labs, Sora, API, and 50 more. So I'm interested to test this out. We can try it with, for example, Codex, OpenCode, OpenClaw. We could try it out with Claude directly as well. Pretty excited to try this out. You can see an example of how it works right here. So you can go into, it looks like Claude code, and you can say install skillboss.zip, unzip it, and run install to complete. So we're going to try this out and see how it performs. One thing I will say here is, like, if you're installing skills off the internet, I do it for fun. I don't recommend it to everyone, right? Like, usually what you should do is always check the skills themselves, read the skill MD files, etc. I'm going to install it, but I don't recommend everyone installing it. I'm just going to show you what's possible and how it works. So let's open up Terminal and then Claude Code. So let's grab the skill file, which I've already downloaded over here. Beautiful Sunflower says, will we be able to watch this live again later? I have to drive to work, but I want to do this as well. Yeah, so you can actually go to the live stream section here on YouTube, and you can watch back the live streams from previous videos right here. They're all recorded and you can watch them back. So let's go back to Claude Code now. Doesn't seem to like that, actually. So I'm going to open up Claude Desktop instead. It's always good for you to see this stuff live because you you see all the stuff that doesn't work, which I think is awesome. Like you won't see this from any other YouTuber because they make it look smooth and easy on the edits. But if you saw the amount of stuff that breaks, I mean, you do see the amount of stuff that breaks because you watch me, but it's pretty crazy. Honest, I'm great. Thank you so much. Always happy to help. So we're just going to get started with this. All right, Claude for code doesn't want to work. Wow. All right, I'm trying to open up Claude Code. It won't enable, won't load, etc. Okay, great. You see it's stuck on invalid authorization for some reason. No problem. So we'll try using this instead. What we got here? Dear, I'm new to Memubot and I'm wondering whether it can or cannot generate company profiles. Not sure what you mean by that, but feel free to get clearer on that and tell me what you mean exactly. Mark says, think you need to make a noise every now and then. That's good advice, Sam. Good advice. So now we've got this set up, as you can see, with the skills. So I'm going to say, okay, generate a video. And it asks, what would you like the video to be about? Please describe the scene or concept you want to generate. I just typed in AI SEO. They don't have the frequency and we can just unplug speakers. Oh, here's a good one. Why do you use an AI generated video of you talking instead of recording yourself actually talking? Because there's a limit to the amount of videos I can create. And also, quite often, the AI avatar version of me actually creates better content and videos that perform better than I actually do. So I'll give you an example here. So if we have a look at some of my most recent videos, so you can see the best performing video was an AI generated avatar video of myself, right? So typically my AI avatar tends to outperform me in videos and create videos that perform better than I do, right? So if we have a look, okay, what was the best performing video on my channel recently? It was this one, right? Okay, what was the next best one that performed recently? It was this one, another AI avatar video, right? And consistently you'll see this pattern where I can't beat the AI clone of me. It actually performs better than me every single time, right? However, what I will say is that I create about 3 hours of human content every day. So it's not like I'm being lazy. I'm just not as good at AI compared to everything else. What do you suggest for vibe coding? I would recommend using Google Anti-Gravity or Claude Code. So we're creating this video now, as you can see. So we're waiting for that video to be created. Beautiful Sunflower says, I stutter, I need AI. Haven't started yet, but I know this is going to be everything to me. Yeah, I would recommend getting started. For anyone who's watching, if you want to get help with AI, you can check out my 6-week AI automation masterclass inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And it takes you from a complete beginner to an expert with AI. So you can see here, for example, you can learn how to build your first AI agent in 5 minutes. Plus, you can go from beginner to expert in just 5 weeks using AI. Now we've generated the video, as you can see. So I'm going to say open it. And we have the video generated right here, right? So you can create videos directly using Claude. Honestly, I wouldn't say that's the best video ever created, but you can use it. Let's try another one now. So we'll say, okay, create a video of a cat at a picnic. But the cool thing is, and this is interesting, is like you can create with these add-on skills almost anything that you like with Claude, right? So previously, for example, Claude, it couldn't create videos, it can't create images, etc. But using this process, you actually can. Now we should be able to open up another terminal and then use other things inside here as well, right? So if we go to Claude here, we should be able to create audio and podcasts as well. So let's try this out in a second. And then we'll open up another terminal here. And we should be able to create images, videos, and podcasts all at the same time. So you can see here, for example, it's using the skill SkillBoss to do this, and you can just call that skill whenever you want. App says for company profile, meant PDF, which uses a corporate profile. Yeah, you could do that. You can do that with Claude Cowork if you want to create PDFs and that sort of thing. It's not just about the content and not about the avatar. I don't know what you mean. What do you suggest for vibe coding? I recommend using something like anti-gravity. Claude is really good. Yeah, for sure. Which AI do you use to make your own AI clone? Meaning audio and video cloning? Is it through 11 Labs? So if you want to get the full process for that, inside the classroom of the AI Profit Boardroom, go to the playbooks here, and then you can see my whole process for AI avatar videos here with a full step-by-step operating procedure. And then also if you scroll down to the screen share process, you can see exactly how we create AI avatar videos like this. If you're wondering, okay, does this actually work on YouTube? So you can see an example of a channel right here. This is one that we created called Ava Does AI. And we actually generated AI avatar videos for all of these videos, very transparent about it. And some of these videos are getting like 1,100 views, 2,400 views, etc. Like you can rack up quite a lot of views using this process. So let's come back to the terminal now. And you can see that we've drafted the podcast here with the script. And then it should start creating it. And now we've got the cat at the picnic that we've created with Claude Code. Let's play this back. And there we go. Look at that video. The quality is pretty awesome, actually, to be fair. And we've just done that directly with Claude Code using the SkillBoss. It's pretty good, pretty impressive. That must be with, I think that's using Veo 3 to create it. And then also inside the chat here, we can say, okay, use the SkillBoss. skill to create an image of a dragon flying at night. Beautiful Sunflower says, what are your thoughts on Higgsfield? Absolutely love it. If you follow me on Instagram, Julian Goldie, the SEO, you can see all the cool stuff we're creating with it. It's really, really good for vertical format content. DJ says, hi, Julian, this is Jim. I just wanted to let you know how much I respect all your hard work, content, and tricks you share with us every day. Absolutely happy to. So thank you so much. Beautiful Sunflower says, nice. Randall says, wow, that is good. Thank you. Darby says, does Julian understand prompt injection risk yet, and has he made a dedicated PSA video for it? Yeah, I've actually created a video. I've mentioned prompt injection many times and how to be careful with it. I've also done a full tutorial on how to set up Molt Worker. This is also why I don't have my emails connected directly to OpenClaw, because you do have to be careful with this stuff, so that basically no one can interact with my OpenClaw externally, right? And so if you want to see a full process on how to set up Molt Worker, which is running on Cloudflare and is siloed away from the internet, people have to be approved by you before they log in. And also it requires email code verification, so it's more secure with OpenClaw. You can check out Molt Worker right here. And we've got a full setup guide plus a step-by-step tutorial on exactly how to set this up. Beautiful Sunflower says, where do we go to learn how to do AI? Go to the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description, or go to aiprofitboardroom.com. And Darby says, it's a shame we can't have our emails connected yet. Thanks, Julian. Yeah, so the way that I would recommend, if you want to connect your emails to OpenClaw or to Memubot or any tool like that, the best way to do it is instead, what you want to do is go to Gmail, create a separate account purely for these tools, right? So that no one else has the address. And that way it can easily send emails, but no one else that address, so they can't prompt inject it, if that makes sense. So we have now got the Cat Picnic MP4. So that's a video that we made with Claude Code. We've got the SEO podcast. Let's say open this up. And we have the JPEG file here as well for the image itself. So this is the image that Claude Code generated with the skills that we added to it. And we've got the AI SEO podcast playing now.
Topics in digital marketing, AI SEO. I'm excited to break this down for you. So, what exactly is AI SEO? It's the use of artificial intelligence tools to optimize your website for search engines. And let me tell you.
So that's it. Jay says, I feel like if you're using AI to send emails, incredibly disingenuous and actually you're corner cutting. I would agree in some ways. I think like you can use, I mean, with anything AI related, right? Number one, you want to be fully transparent that you're using AI to help you. People will respect you for that. Just like I am with my YouTube videos, I always tell people, okay, this is the AI avatar video of me. And then on top of that, the other thing that I'd recommend is that you always approve this stuff. You check it and you quality control it before you send it out, right? Anything client facing, anything facing the world, you want to make sure that you quality control it. So just to recap here, we have created this podcast.
It's completely changing the game. First,
this is fully generated with AI using Claude Code. and the skills that we installed. The thing that I like about SkillBoss, and I do think it's genuinely useful. Some people are going to say, "Oh, it's paid, blah blah blah," and I would agree with that. Like, it's not for everyone. But if you run a business and you're like, right, okay, I don't want to install all these separate APIs. Let me just install a bunch of skills directly to Claude Code and then get it up and running. I think this is one of the easiest and best ways to do it. And then you can see now, for example, we can generate videos, we can generate podcasts, we can generate images directly using SkillBoss, right? And it's super powerful. So, and we can also open these up. So if I say open this up, so that's a picnic, right? If we go back to terminal here, we say, okay, open up the image. Claude Code will just open it directly. And boom, we've got the image over here, right? And so you can have like multiple terminals running at the same time, generating images, videos, podcasts, all on one screen, right? Which is pretty crazy, to be honest. So I think it's a really powerful tool. There's so much more you can actually do with it. Like, this is just a few things. You can see you can also, for example, send marketing campaigns, you can host custom domains, you can build apps, etc. But the one that I was most interested in was generating videos, images, audio, etc. And I do think it's a really powerful tool. Darby says, the thing for me with AI is that it has helped me spin more plates, but what I really need is just to take the plates off my hands and do the whole task. That's a really interesting point. So the way that I would look at that, right, and this is what I'd recommend, is what you want to do. This is what I do all the time, right? So when I'm setting up automations for my business, I don't handle the automations once they're set up. I'll get my team to do it. So for example, if you have a look at my videos on YouTube, I don't like upload this content. My team does it, right? So they create the content with AI, then they publish it directly to YouTube, right? So I've got a dedicated team that handle that stuff. And that's the thing that I would recommend to you. Is like you set up the system, aka the automation, and then you get someone else in your team to handle that automation, right? And you actually see inside the AI profit boardroom, for example, with these playbooks, like when I create a playbook like this for AI avatar videos, I don't just like start doing that myself. I get my team to handle it for me and I delegate it to them. The same, for example, with like blog posts, right? So you can see we have a full process for videos to blog posts right here. It works really well. So for example, on Reddit, we get like 15,000 weekly visitors. The same for X, like we reached 1 million people in one day on Sunday, 800,000 people yesterday, and already today we've reached 350,000 people on X, right? Now, I don't post the content that we've automated with X myself. I get my team to do it. And so that's what you really want to focus on. It's like, who can you get within your team to manage this stuff for you? Where to get the skill boss. So I've actually got a free guide inside the AI Success Lab. With the whole setup process and exactly how to use it, as you can see right here. Now, this is a free AI automation community, comes with 51,300 members, as you can see. And if you go to the classroom, link in the comments description, or just ask ChatGPT for Julian Goldie's AI Success Lab. You can see inside the February automation section here, we have the SkillBoss installation guide plus a link to it. So if you want to learn how to get this and set it up, etc., you can get that right here. And Jay says that seems so much more practical, blah, blah. How can I use AI for my car rental company? So I would recommend using, basically you just want, you need to get more customers, to generate more leads for your car rental company, right? You need to get more attention. How do you get more attention? Well, I'd recommend starting with AI avatar videos to get more traffic, and also X automations. You can also do shorts as well, but I'd recommend starting with X and AI avatar videos first, and then you can build up more systems from there. So we've got all these systems inside the AI Profit Boardroom that show you exactly how to automate each of these processes. So thanks so much for watching today. If you want to get the free guide, it's inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comment description. If you want to learn how to automate your business, save time and scale, then you can check out the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. It's available, and you can basically get access to an amazing community. As you can see, we have a daily accountability group in case, for example, let's say you need to offload more systems to your team. Well, you could put that as a daily accountability and then make sure you actually get it done. Inside the calendar, we have 4 weekly coaching calls. So you can jump on coaching calls whenever you want. And inside the classroom here, you can get access to all my best playbooks and systems, right? So if you want to give systems like AI avatar videos to your team, or shorts or X automations, you can get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom, along with a 5-week masterclass that takes you from complete beginner to expert with AI. Plus, you'll learn how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. And you can see all sorts of cool automations right here. Darby says, and once you have your team doing the tasks you mentioned, you just focus on core activities you need to do. Yeah. So it's an infinite spiral, right? You're always spiraling up. So, for example, with AI automation and systems in general, you want to only be doing what only you do, right? Which is like the highest leverage stuff that no one else can do, right? Which is usually setting up systems within your business. So it's an infinite spiral up where you're like, okay, the biggest constraint of my time right now is this. So I need to delegate it to my team. Once you've done that, then you need to work on the next system. And if you solve that, it needs to be like the one thing that if you fix that, everything else will grow, right? So for example, for me, like last couple of months, I've been doing a lot of team sales meetings, which is not a good use of my time. So we hired a team sales manager. He's got a bunch of AI automations that you can use to train the team and also to check their calls and quality control them. And then I can spiral up to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, right? And that's basically how you grow and free up your time. Beautiful Sunflower says, appreciate your time. Darby says, thank you, much appreciated. Randall says, you have AI employees. So I have AI automations. I wouldn't say that's an employee, but we have AI automations within the business. And yeah, that's basically it. The other thing that I'll say, the final thing I'll say is, if you're an annual member of the AI Profit Boardroom, you will get access to all my agency SOPs, white files, and automation blueprints, right? So all the stuff that we are using within our business to build systems, to give those systems to the team, stuff like, for example, sales manager automations or AI avatar videos, etc. We have all the SOPs inside there. So link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching as always, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.